Hello and welcome to Yoga with Ashlyn. This will be a 10-minute prenatal yoga stretch intended to help you get moving and stretch out any spaces of tightness or stress in the body during your pregnancy. Option to grab blankets, pillows, and yoga blocks if you have them to help support your body further. Always listen to your body to make sure you aren't going past your limit. You know your body best. Feel free to put on some relaxing background music. I will link my favorite yoga playlist down below, or you could just enjoy the silence. Let's get started. We will begin an easy pose today, maybe swaying from side to side, getting comfortable, feeling free to prop yourself up on a blanket or a pillow or even a block. We can bring the hands down to the belly, maybe give yourself a little rub, and we'll start to connect with the breath. Connecting the breath with the body and with the baby. Slowing down the mind and allowing the body to surrender into this present moment. Taking those deep breaths in through the nose, down into the chest, the ribs, and filling up the low belly. And then exhaling belly, ribs, chest, and maybe sighing out the rest. We'll take one more deep belly breath just like that, inhaling through the nose, allowing it to travel into the chest, filling up the ribs, and then filling up that low belly like a balloon. As you exhale, belly first, then ribs, then chest, and again, maybe exhaling out the rest. When you're ready, we're going to get moving here, bringing those hands over towards the top of the mat. The knees come underneath the hips, the wrists underneath the shoulders, creating a flat back, flat spine. Once you feel strong and steady, we're going to connect with that first inhale, dropping the belly low, shifting the gaze, not staying here too long before we exhale to round through the spine, tucking that pelvis in, chin to chest. Inhale to drop the belly low, shift the gaze, cow pose. Exhale to tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis, reach through the shoulders, cat pose. So again, inhaling to stretch the front side of the body, dropping the belly, and then exhaling to really elongate the spine, tucking in that pelvis, finding some space in the back body. Inhale to drop the belly low, shift the gaze, and exhale to really round and push the earth away. We've got two more. Inhaling to drop that belly low, shift the gaze, and then exhale to round and push the earth away. Last one here. Inhale to drop the belly low, big stretch in the front side of the body, and then exhale, release all of your air as you push your upper back towards the sky. Awesome. We're going to sway the hips from side to side here, resetting a little before we move through some dynamic movement. So when you're ready, we'll readjust, tuck those toes under, and we're going to inhale to really let go of the tummy muscles and soften. And as you exhale, we're going to zip up the core, navel to spine, and lift the knees off the mat to a hover. Just for one moment, when you're ready, drop those knees back down to the mat. We've got two more. Inhaling to expand and soften, and exhale to engage and zip up the core. Lift the knees. Exhale, release back down to the mat. We've got one more. Inhale to expand, and exhale to draw everything into the center. Lift the knees, eventually sending the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Noticing what movement your body is needing here, maybe swaying the hips from side to side, pedaling out through the knees, or even inhaling to rise up on the toes and exhaling to send those heels towards the mat to get into the backs of the legs. Just really noticing how this first downward facing dog feels. When you're ready, we'll come back to a neutral stance. Ground down through that left foot. All four corners of the foot are rooted into your mat, and we'll inhale to lift that right leg up high. Option to bend at the knee and draw a couple of circles with that knee. Maybe noticing how that right hip is feeling this morning. And once you feel open and warmed up, we can draw that right foot through, drop the left knee to the mat. We can bring our blocks next to our foot if you have blocks. If you don't, that's okay. And then once you feel strong and ready, we'll release the hands up. Arms come next to the ears for our low lunge. Staying strong in the legs here. Only for a moment, we'll bring those hands back down to the blocks if you have them. And we'll start to move forward and back again, a little bit more dynamic movement. Inhaling to hinge forward, stretching out that hip, and then exhaling to pull back, maybe pull the toes up and get into the back of that right leg. Again, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Eventually moving forward back into that neutral space. Moving the blocks if you have them, plant the hands and step that right foot back to downward facing dog. We'll take just a moment to reset if needed, and then we'll take it to the left side. So when you're ready, rooting down through the right foot, inhale to reach that left leg up high. If you stacked the hips and drew a couple circles on the right side, let's go ahead and do that on the left side, just to instill balance in the body. How's the left hip feeling? And when you feel warmed up, we'll come through center, step it through, drop that back knee. Again, if you have blocks, perfect. If you don't, we can just tent the fingers on the mat. And then we'll inhale to reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Find some space here, strong in the legs. Again, only here for a moment. When you're ready, dropping those fingertips back to the block or the mat. And we'll start to inhale forward, stretch that hip, and exhale back, get into the hamstrings. Again, curling the toes towards the face can help get a nice stretch here. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. We've got one more round, inhaling to move forward and then exhaling to release back. Maybe trying to find a little space here with this last exhale. The back body can get so tight from pregnancy and postpartum, so this dynamic movement is a really good way to support yourself. We'll remove the blocks, plant the hands, and step that left foot back to meet the right, maybe pedaling out the knees before we move to our last pose. We're going to drop the knees to the outer edges of the mat. The big toes come to touch as we come towards an extended child's pose. There are a couple of ways we can further support ourselves here by placing blocks, blankets, bolsters, or folded up pillows underneath the forearms or the hands. Just bringing that earth a little bit closer to us and allowing us some more opening in the chest and the hips. If that doesn't feel good, you can not use any props at all, or even place a block underneath the forehead and reach those fingertips towards the top of the mat. Take your time here. And once you feel comfortable and supported, we'll come back to that deep belly breath, inhaling all of your air into that low belly, creating some space for baby and for your organs, and then maybe exhaling and sighing it out to release any aches or pains or anything that is not serving you in this moment. Feel free to stay in this child's pose for as long as you need. If you would like to come up and close this practice with me, you can simply walk the hands up towards the body, taking your time. You can swing those legs out to one side and then come over into a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for being here with me today for this practice. I pray that you are doing well and feeling well no matter where you are in your pregnancy journey. Know that you are held and supported here in this space, and please come back to my channel anytime you need. We'll find one last breath together. When you're ready, inhaling to reach those fingertips up overhead. Maybe taking a moment to shift your gaze so you can watch those fingertips and palms melt together, and then bring those hands down to the heart. The light in me sees and honors the light within each and every one of you. Namaste, and I'll see you soon.